Welcome everybody on this Saturday morning, the 14th of May. It's high water time today and I'm using this to introduce my video which will be uploaded tomorrow on the Sunday. There we are. I can just show you the sea playing with the steps that lead to the promenade. Now thanks to one and all who watch these videos. Now the one coming up, there is really lots in this. A visit to Steve Green the artist, all the builds, and also the rear of a shop that we visited, and further progress with those new apartments. So I do hope, as always, you enjoy this video. One of the entrances to the Winter Gardens, and this is one of the entrances to Marks and Spencer's. Down there on the left, the Hounds Hill shopping area. Now why I have brought you here today is to show you this. Oh, there's the entrance again to the Winter Gardens. As said, why we are here today is that the business that opened up here has now moved on and these premises are now available. You get the ground floor and the first floor. Here is the telephone number should anybody be interested. We have arrived at our principal viewing area to the build of the cinema complex and the Wilko store. And on arrival, we are greeted with this tipper and the excavator placing rubble into it. Yes, this is groundwork still in operation and will be for maybe another 3 weeks. That is why when you see the framework of the build, you will notice, or rather not notice, there's no steel workers present because the ground workers are still here. So we may return to this build later on during this week. Look, no steel erectors. From our secondary viewing area at this build of the Holiday Inn, we are just in time to see the chain from the crane. But first, can you notice on the rooftop there, insulation? I do hope you can pick it out. They're standing all adjacent to each other, pieces of rooftop insulation. However, we return to the chain from the crane, which is on its way now down to ground level, where one of the ground workers here will place the harness around some necessary steps and rebars, I think, that is needed round the front of the building. So there we are. We can see the chain now, and that ground worker has grabbed it and he will place it around what has to be transported via this chain from the crane. And you can see now the harness being placed around what has to go around to the side or front of this building. All set for takeoff. Yes, here we go. Up and away. And you will notice it goes up at a fair old rattle. The ground workers and the crane driver work in conjunction with each other because obviously one relies heavily on the other to complete these tasks. There it goes now. I'm not certain at the moment where this is going to land. I will try to find out. We have a new viewing area. I am on the steps of that new build that we see on the last video, that new holiday let build, just adjacent to here. I'm on the top steps here. Oh, this is great. We can in fact now see that load we see being lifted. It's arriving. It's arriving at one of the side elevations. Oh, that would be Blackpool North Railway Station on the immediate left, and you can see the Sainsbury's store in front. Can you see that load? It's arriving at ground level on that side elevation. So that's our visit today here, now at an end. This Wednesday sees us in Abingdon Street and opposite the old post office. And across the road, I would like to show you the arrival of wire scaffolders. Yes, they are here today, their first day here to place scaffold against this building here, which, as we all know now, has been sold recently. Upstairs will be turned into flats, and the downstairs at ground level, the shops are again to let. So why scaffolding here for the very first day? Now moving down Abingdon Street on the same side, we will see the old sign of the pet shop here. Those two units that we viewed recently. And this morning we can see that there's a contractor here simply painting the fascia. And also I've just met the young man responsible for Top Boys. He's starting to get the shop ready. When it is ready, I believe we have an invite to inspect all his wonderful goods that will be on offer. Top Boys. All the best of luck to him and whoever takes the shop adjacent. I don't know who it is yet. Wonderful news from this wonderful restaurant, Mama's Restaurant in Topping Street. This will reopen on Friday, the 13th of May. Tonight, Wednesday, the 11th of May, a VIP and promotional video and pictures will be made. A little message for one and all about this great restaurant, Mama's Restaurant. Yes, as I've already said, on Wednesday evening, the 11th of May, VIPs will attend, newspapers will attend, and I believe cameras will attend. So if you'd like to see any internal photos and videos, please visit Mama's Restaurant own Instagram site and Facebook site. We send all the best to this restaurant. So if you want to see it inside, look at Instagram under Mama's Restaurant. Thank you very much. We now pay a visit to the King Street Temporary Dental Surgery, a build by Porter Cabin. And yes, they are now open, and we will see staff and patients arriving and leaving this wonderful building. All of them tell me it is superb inside. So there we are, this temporary dental clinic is now open. And we wish the dental surgery and all involved all the very best. The build of the cinema complex and Wilko store. And this is our principal safe viewing area. News from here today is that the groundwork may well be finished considerably earlier, and the steel erectors may hopefully return this time next week. Now I'm just going to take you somewhere else pertaining to this build, just here. Here we are. We are right adjacent to the build here, and I've just noticed this. It's a sign here that says this access is open after 6 p.m. every day until 11:30 p.m. So maybe one evening I might be able to come in and video from the other side of this gate here. But I'm going to do my best with showing you this side of the gate. A view of the build here from this side of the gate. There we are. So that's our visit today to this build of the cinema complex and the Wilko store. On this lovely sunny morning, Thursday the 12th of May, a view of the beach and the gentle rippling waves. We're in Abingdon Street today, 2 venues to visit in Abingdon Street. So let's go there straight away. Blackpool's old post office in Abingdon Street. Our first venue is a very quick return to see a wire scaffolding company at work, placing scaffold, all on this very big property. It goes right round the corner, as one and all know. There we are. Very nice yellow protective seals here as well. A great buy, this property, because some of the major bus routes, they stop here, look, right outside where the shops will be. So that's our visit today to wire scaffolding in Abingdon Street. We are off to see Steve Green. Across the road is Abingdon Barbecue Shop. And just panning the camcorder around, this is where we are going. We're going to what is known as the Old Rock Factory, just down here. And the entrance right in front of us now. Upstairs is another one of our haunts, Robin Ross, the well-known screen printer. But today we're going to see Steve Green, the ex-professional jockey, now a top-class professional artist. Now Steve and Robin upstairs work with a skeleton staff. That's all that's here. Well, here we are now. I'm going to hand this video over now to Steve, who's going to show us everything.
Well, perhaps not everything, but anyway, hello folks, it's nice to be on the camera again. As you can see from around me, the works have changed on the back. I've developed quite a few different ones, just moving on with my theme in my style. Here at the Old Rock Factory, and it's fantastic to be here again. And you've caught me at a time where I'm doing a painting of a jockey at the minute, and I've got to not change it. I work from the back forward, so I have to do it as like a skeleton. I want to darken it up now, so as you can see, I'm mixing my paints. I've got some Prussian blue, Hunter's green, brown and cadmium red to get, because I don't use black. I make my own black, as you can see. I put some red in, go like that, and it goes black. Now that is still too bluey black, so I put some green in and some red in. And then, because it's going to be a wash, I don't want to lose all the background detail, but the main subject is going to be the jockey, who at the minute looks like a cartoon. So I do the background, now I've got it all set out, then all the detail will go onto this jockey. I know a thing or two about jockeys, but it's fantastic to work here. The place here, the people here, Robin Ross upstairs, he's a fantastic man. He's got fantastic sense of humour as well. And now I know him, I can't wait for his comments. But it's lovely just being here. So I've done that. Like I say, it's still a bit too brown. So I'm going to water it down. With acrylics, you can use them like a watercolour. You can use them in pasto, like this. This is done with a palette knife, purely with a palette knife. It's in the Yorkshire Moors, with the horses coming up the gallops, and that's all done with a palette knife. and you put it on heavy, or you can use it lighter, like this, like the old veteran there, that's done lighter and he's very drippy. So I've allowed the painting to go down and I didn't want it to be heavy. This one, I'm trying to do it in an old classic style, and the classic style, as you can see, there's a detail behind, but then I want to do this. Now you think that's made it too dark. When it dries lighter. But I want the main subject to be the jockey. So we go down, and as you can see, it's still coming through at the bottom. Right? Even that bit of sky. Even the bit of sky. I'll add a bit of water to it. Sound like Bob Ross. But, it's about loving what you do. As you can see, I'm not using any photographs for this. I've used photographs for commissions. And that's fine, because that's a particular painting that somebody wants from their record of their life, or a life passer. You've got to be careful when you go around it, because I don't want any of that to go on the jockey and on the shape. Round there, where all the details will go on the saddle, and the silks will look like silk, and you just have to be so careful, and then let this dry. And the good thing with acrylic is, as opposed to oil takes ages to dry. You can buy drying agents which will dry it quicker, but this will be dry within an hour for me to do the next stage. So it's really cracking thing. But what a cracking place to actually come and work. When I was working from home, which I still do some, when I was working from home I wasn't getting half as much work done. But here, this is the celery, as we said last time, but the unit is called the old rock factory, and it's fantastic. You can put your music on and draw away. Since I've been here, I've actually completed 24 different paintings, and I've had a lot of response. So much so, well, I'm still producing for the one-man show in September. Well, this show will actually be on in October, but I'll have to start putting it together by then. I need to complete all these works, and I've already had interest in this one from a customer who's bought 5 other paintings off me, and even though he can't see it, well, no one can see it as it's going to be finished, see a little bit of that, just wipe it off. And it's actually that, you use your fingers in it, gives it more depth. Right? And it dries quickly, and it'll dry lighter and clearer. And remember what I said, the actual image that I want to stand out is the jockey. But you can still see the bases of some trees there and the bases of some sky. So I'll just wipe over and then come down again, and come down again. And that's the way it goes. Them little lines will all disappear as it dries out, and things that I want to stand out will begin to stand out. And anyone can do this, just if you really can. You've just got to put your mind to it. And the worst thing to do is say, oh, I can't paint, I can't do this, I can't paint. You can. You really can. I was I am self-taught because I could paint. I was just good at painting, and I went to university, and university helped me with the technical skills. Blackpool College is fantastic. When I went there, I went to just see if there was an evening school with people of my own age, which, by the way, today, the 12th of May, 2022, it's my birthday. I'm 61 today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, we wish you happy birthday,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time here, and the work you do is incredible. You can be proud of it, and we all wish you every success, which you've already got, but you will keep. And again, a very, very happy birthday from one and all.
Thank you very much, you star.
It is a dry yet windy Friday morning. We are now going to take our usual full tour of the build of the Holiday Inn and all the goings on with the tram lines. Well, in front, all that material nicely stacked up, that is insulation needed for the roof of the Holiday Inn. I'm just going to show you the finished block paving, nicely laid and beautifully presented. And on the roof, can you see some of that insulation nicely stacked up? It's on the roof there. We have just moved around the corner, and as we approach what I call the front of the build here, exciting progress. We now have a full frontal view now, and what I can show you, and what you will obviously see yourself, is all the glass columns. All the columns here now have their glass. Can you see them? 5 vertical columns. The 3 fascia boards of Blackpool North railway station. And here is a very interesting view indeed, I hope, for your good selves. Another column finished in those tiles. Now you may be interested to know that each of those tiles weighs 20 kilograms, 44 pounds in old money. Yes, 2.5 columns finished here with those specially made tiles. The 3 fascia boards again of Blackpool North railway station. And this morning I have the opportunity of showing you the excavator, now very hard at work with the build and introduction of this underpass. Mounds and mounds of earth all dug out. The underpass to the station. Our next viewing area is where we leave for a moment of the build of the Holiday Inn, and we now have these wonderful views, what we see last week of this renovation here. A superb job, and you will notice it has his sign here as well. Luxury Station Apartments, 52 to 54 Queen Street. Doesn't that look impressive? A beautiful job here. And there's only one skip remaining here at this renovation, and that, I'm told, will be moving away over the weekend. And as you can see, all the frontage, even at ground level, all beautifully finished now. Moving around here, we can see, coming up now, when I get there, look at those steps and the basement here, look at that. We have more signs. Luxury Station Apartments. Very, very impressive. That's all I can say. Maybe this can be continued here. The video, I mean. We return now to the build of the Holiday Inn, and we have made it to our secondary viewing area. A view into the build through the gates. And this morning we're going to be fortunate enough to see contractors at work on that scissor lift. Can you see them in front? They are in fact placing glass walling, I believe they call it. So these views from our secondary viewing area. A few paces down, and yes, we have made it to our principal viewing area to this build. And again, may I point out the contractors at work with the glass walling today on that scissor lift right in front of you. Now there's something else that I can show you just coming up now. Now that in front of you is what they call a silo. Now that's going to be full up with mortar when it arrives. This is because facing bricks will be placed next week, hopefully. They need mortar for that. So this will complete our visit today to the build of the Holiday Inn.
Now we're in Talbot Road now. Home Bargains you're looking at. And next door is one of our haunts. It's the new Second Chance shop. We have an invite to go in. And here we are. Now, we have an earlier video of this shop here. It's beautifully presented. However, when we videoed last time, the back room was not quite available. However, it is now. So I'm going to quickly run you through the front here, and then we will go back to the actual back of this premises. You will be surprised what is out the back. Now, I'm just going to point out these items here because I do believe that they might be of interest to somebody. Here we have a twin rain-covered My Barbie. Can you see it? All nicely covered up in plastic foil. And round here we have this baby cot. It's in very good order indeed and very, very reasonably priced. And there's another one over here. And there's this unit here. It's, I believe, a changer for the baby. That's where you can change your baby here. Mamas and papas. Now that's the front of the shop unit here. Oh, there's a lovely, well-presented counter here as well. Now we're going to go to the back here where we were not able to video first time. And I'm very surprised, and I'm sure that you will be as well. Look at this enormous space. Beautifully tiled as well on the walls, white walled, and a beautiful ceiling. It is absolutely spotless. There's shoes over here. Items of clothing, and I'm told that there are many, many more items of clothing due to arrive over the weekend and next week. This is their first day of opening. They fully prepared the shop last evening. So yes, I'm sure that this shop unit will help many, many families in the town of Blackpool. So that's our visit today to this very new opened up area of Second Chance.
With a view looking down to the crazy Gulf, this is where I would like to thank everybody for viewing this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.